Welcome to the Positively You podcast. I'm your host, Jessie Larson, and I'm passionate about helping you shift the way you think so you can create a life you're absolutely obsessed with. Each week, I'll be bringing you a guest or a thought that's going to help you feel more optimistic and equipped to take real action. Get ready to push past limiting beliefs, ditch that negativity, and start showing up as the best and most positive version of you. Girl, let's do this. Hey, welcome back to the Positively You podcast, and I am positively happy to be here today. And yes, I am such a nerd, but you know that if you've tuned in before. Welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here. We are in my final week of summer. I've got like 6 days left until my kids are back into school, and I am a little bit in denial about it, I think. I've got a list of things to do to get ready for back to school, and all I want to do is spend time outside with my kids in the water and just soaking up every last second of summer that I can. Unfortunately, today I've kind of been glued to my computer a little bit, but we do have some fun stuff going on this evening, so we're going to make up for it. And we are just going to squeeze every ounce of summer out that we can in these last couple of days. So whether you're heading back this week or next week, or you've got a couple weeks or you're already back, I hope you're having a great day today, and thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. So the topic of today that I wanted to talk about is fantastic for the time of year that we're in. I've got back to school night this week. Back to school night. Fall sports are starting up. We're heading into like the craziness. I don't even want to say it because it's still summer and I'm still holding on to it, but like the holidays, right? It's like as soon as school starts, it's just like this like spiral until the end of the year, it kind of feels like. So that's where we're at. We're at the beginning of that kind of phase and season of life. And as we're doing that, I want to talk about the idea of what we are filling our days with and our time with and what's occupying that. And if it is really what we want to be doing and really what is aligned with our values and with what we want to be getting out of life and out of this season of life. And I had kind of a sentence or a thought keep coming to my mind the last little while. And as I was on a hike with one of my friends a couple of weeks ago, I had this thought, which on hikes with friends is when I get a lot of inspiration, a lot of downloads, because we're out there, we're talking, we're in nature, we're feeling good, and we're like having basically like a therapy session, it feels like, right? Where you're talking through all the things with your friend. But I had the thought of just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. And I'll elaborate on that a little bit. I was presented with an opportunity to take on a new job and to do a couple of new things. And I've got my youngest is going to first grade this year. He's going to be in all-day school. And I was like, oh my goodness. Yeah, perfect. I can use my skills and do this and blah, 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 blah. And I knew I could kill it at this thing. Like I have all the skills. I could come in. I could do a fantastic job at this. But I was feeling a lot of resistance toward it, and I kind of couldn't figure out why. And that thought kept popping into my head. It was like, yes, you can do this, but should you do it? You're capable, you have the skills, you've got the whatever, right? Like you can do this, but should you do it? And I think as we're heading into this, that's maybe something that we should be asking ourselves a lot as sign-up sheets are getting sent around, as there's all of these extracurricular activities going on, as there's things that need your attention all over the place. And are you capable of doing them? Absolutely, probably. But are these things that you should be filling your days with, that you should be putting your brain power towards and your time towards and your energy towards? And I think being able to get to the answer of that over whether that's a yes or a no is really figuring out what you want and going deeper about what you want. I think a lot of times we We go very surface level on that, and we have goals and we have things that we're working towards, but we don't really know like the why after that. Like, why do we want that? So I have 2 episodes that I'm going to refer you to besides this one that are really good with helping you figure that one out. The first one is episode 23. It was with Carrie Conley and her daughter, Laura Wilson. We talked about creating a vision for your life. These 2 women are absolute powerhouses. Their story is amazing. You should definitely go listen to this episode, but it really helps you get clear on your vision for your life and making decisions around that. So episode 23, it's linked down below in the show notes over at jessielarson.com. If you go to this episode, it's linked there as well. But I highly, highly, highly suggest, especially as we're heading into this season of life, that you go listen to this and make sure that you are making decisions aligned with the vision you want for your life and for this season too. Sometimes it's really big to think of your whole life and bringing it back down into just this next little season. The next one is episode 83 with Kara Harvey. This one was just a couple episodes ago. Well, I guess 20. That's more than a couple. But this one was so good. We talked about, hold on, I'm actually pulling it up right now so I can tell you exactly what it was. We talked about how to set up yourself for success and setting up that support for yourself. So as we're heading into back to school, that is also a fabulous episode to listen to. She talks a lot about seasons, a lot about, getting yourself set up for success in those seasons, knowing what each season is. Like summer for me was really like a season of rest and play, and that was the goal. And heading into school, rest and play maybe isn't the best like intention for this season, right? So being able to shift, but knowing what I'm actually focusing on is going to help me to make those decisions. So I say this because I have a tendency to, like most of us, right? We get really excited at back to school time. We go and we buy all the notebooks and the pencils and the planners and the Post-its and the colored highlighters and the pens. And we're like super amped about the organization and the back to school and like the freshness of everything. And I remember one year I walked in to back to school night and I was like, yes, I'm here. And there was sign up sheets and I was like, I'm going to be room mom and I'm going to do all of the things. And then like a month into school, I was so overwhelmed with all of these other things that I was doing that when it came time for me to do these like room mom duties, I was like, why in the world did I sign up for this? Right? And I dreaded it. I did not do my best job because I was overwhelmed. I was at a capacity that I couldn't handle that. But as I signed up for that, because I didn't know, I wasn't focused on the future. I was just like focused on that here and now and that excitement and like the anticipation of the new school year. And it was like my first little kid and I just wanted to like be there, right? And I signed up for Room Mom and I hated it. I hated it because it was not in line with where I actually was at the time, where I wanted to go, the things that were important. It was just something that I felt like I can't do this, so I should do this. And it wasn't aligned and it caused so much friction that the next year I told Connor at back to school night, I said, don't let me. I know myself. Don't let me sign up to be room mom. Now, I am there all day. Like I will donate supplies. I will come and donate my time. I want to be there, but I don't want to be the one in charge. I now know that. And so now I can make decisions off of that because I know where I want my energy to be, where I want my time to be, and what my capacity is and what I can actually handle. So as we're going into back to school, I want you to think about that, to really get clear on like, okay, what do the next 3 months look like? What does from now even until the end of the year look like? What's the feeling that I want? What's the vibe that I want in my home? What are the values? What are the things that are important? Is it having dedicated family dinners? Is it making sure we've got a good homework routine? Is it, like really come up with what that is, and then you can craft your decisions and the things you're filling your calendar with and the things you're filling your time with that vision in mind. And I promise you, if you do that, things will go so much more according to plan. Things will flow. Your stress level will be down. I know this from experience because of doing the opposite by saying, oh, it's fine. We'll just wing it and I'll sign up for all the things and no. Having a vision, again, from experience of doing it the opposite way and also from doing it this way. When you take the time to think, to write it out, grab a journal and like brain dump, create a vision board if you want to go that extra step, which I love vision boards. But really knowing Because yes, you are capable of doing all of the things. You can. You can handle doing this, that, and the other. You have the skills, you have the talent, you have the time if you want to make it and squeeze it out. You can. You can do all the things. But which things should you be doing? Which things are going to have the greatest impact on helping you to feel content, to feel fulfilled, to feel joy in your days? And that's what I want you to focus on. So, homework for the week, I guess, if you want some homework, is to really do that, to take a couple minutes and really think ahead to the next couple of months, craft that vision for what you want. Take a listen to those 2 episodes. It was episode 23 and episode 83 to go back on and really get clear on how you want the next couple of months to feel and craft your decisions from that vision. All right, my friends. This was quick for you today because I really do want you to go back and listen to those other ones. But happy Wednesday, happy end of summer. Let's go into this next week feeling so good. Yeah, that's it. Have a great week. Thank you for hanging out with me again today. I'm so glad you pressed play. If you want to take a quick second to share this episode with someone you think would love it too, that would be amazing. If you're loving the show, make sure you go and leave a review on iTunes. Reviews are like magic for podcasts, and your review will help get this show into the ears of more amazing women just like you. And come find me over on Instagram. I'm there at positively.jessie, and I cannot wait to hang out with you some more. So until next time, have an amazing week.